Welcome back to the Angels and Earthlings podcast. I am your host, Melissa Noel, and this is a podcast where we talk all about how to navigate this matrix that we live in, this human experience on Earth, as a divine, multidimensional being who is here to live out their soul destiny and become empowered to be their highest version of self in this lifetime. And today I'm talking about a very powerful topic as we kind of close out summer and we are now moving into the fall eclipse season. And I want to share a little bit about how to navigate the energies of eclipse season, what even is eclipse season, and really give you the best tips and strategies so that you can lean all the way into this eclipse season and receive the maximum activation that is truly available during this very potent time. So, what is eclipse season even? Well, we go through two eclipse seasons every year. There's one in the spring, like March, April, and then the fall eclipse season, September, October. So this eclipse season begins officially on September 17th, and eclipse seasons bring fated change. Eclipse season is about destiny, it's about fate, and it's about activating that destiny, activating that fate. It's a very powerful time. And the thing with eclipse season is you might be thinking like, "Oh, well, duh, I want to activate my destiny. That sounds great. I want to be like living out my soul purpose. Like, bring it on, eclipse season." But the thing is, eclipse season is not a warm and fuzzy time of transformation. Eclipse season is not interested in your manifestations whatsoever. It's not interested in, the juicy, like exciting feelings of manifesting and becoming a magnet to your desires and calling in the big, extraordinary things, events, people, relationships that you're wanting to call in. It's not interested in your manifestations. Eclipse season is interested in your destiny, period. And eclipse season does not care about bringing your destiny to you in like this gorgeous, sunny butterflies and rainbows manifestation. Like it's here to make shit happen. It's here to make shit happen. And what that looks like is massive, big, both internal and external shifts will come through. Big internal shifts around your identity, your values, your purpose, who you know yourself to be, who you show up into the world as, um, how your trauma informs who you are going forward, right? Like all of these internal shifts have to happen and external shifts have to happen as well too. So that means like changes in your career, changes in your lifestyle, changes in your aesthetic, changes in your relationships, changes in, I don't know, like maybe you get a new pet, maybe you lose a pet. Like big external shifts must happen. And eclipse season can be uncomfortable as fuck, you guys. Like, I am not gonna lie, eclipse seasons are not easy. They are here to show you, confront you, and then shift you into your destiny. That's what eclipse season is here for. That's its purpose. And so, therefore, during these next 2 months, September, October, anything that enters your life, anything that leaves your life, anything that you start, anything that you say yes to during eclipse season, this all plays into your higher destiny. So be very conscious of what you are saying yes to. Be very conscious of what you are saying no to, because the seeds that we are planting here in eclipse season is what's going to manifest beautifully at the start of the new year and as the astrology moves on past eclipse season. This is a time for activation. And so it's really important for us to be very discerning with the things that we say yes to and the projects that we start, because like we are activating a new timeline during eclipse season. And before I get into the ultimate survival guide for eclipse season, I want to share with you guys a bit of a personal story about my experience last fall during eclipse season. And I want to show you, you will see from my story how powerful leaning into eclipse season is. This time last year, it what a juicy time this was. Like it was so activating for me. I had been um slowly starting to activate my soul destiny. But like during eclipse season, it became a roller coaster, like literally like this tornado whirlwind of activation on my soul destiny timeline happened like within these 2 months. And so one of the things that happened was I had actually I think it was in September I started this, and I never put that together, but I joined a program for um, like feminine embodiment and somatic alchemy, and essentially like deepening into my feminine energy through the body, which started in September. I had had this seed planted for months beforehand that, like, I want to activate my feminine energy. I was just feeling very called to it. I had been studying feminine energetics principles. I had been kind of playing around with implementing them in my life, but like I knew I could go deeper with it. And I knew I needed the support of a mentor in order to help me like reach that new depth. And so I jumped into this program not knowing where it would lead me, but just trusting the call that like this was the program that I needed to be in. And what's beautiful is that what I got out of the program was so much bigger than what I ever intended. I just thought I would be like deepening into my feminine energy, but I found new connection with my body. I found new ways of using my body to activate my feminine energy through things like breath work, um, things, different styles of meditation, different ways that I could move my body. And what happened in October was, and I've shared this before. If you've been in my world for a while, you probably know about my feminine rebirth journey. Um, and in October of last year during eclipse season is when this got activated. So there was an in-person retreat for this program that I went to. And part of that retreat day was a breathwork ceremony where I left my body. And for the first time, I traveled to different dimensions and I unlocked a new expansion of consciousness that I didn't know I had in me. I literally left my body, sober, by the way. I was completely sober. And I went to another world. I went to a star. I went to a past life. I went to a future timeline. And mm, it completely blew the lid off of what I experienced as reality. It was the catalyst for me actually like joining the like it was a catalyst for me actually deciding to do past life regression, and become certified in that, because I suddenly accessed this new level of consciousness and I was like, oh shit, people need to know about this. And there is so much more than what we see in front of us in the 3D. And it was like this was just such a powerful activation. It actually happened on the actual eclipse day. I went into this meditation under the passing eclipse and I went to another world and I came back a different person. And everybody in that room looked at me and said, your eyes are different. Like you're a different person." It was incredible. I also, in October of last year, is when I started my certification in past life regression. I said yes to this program to activate this new timeline where I was doing this for work. And that was a new project that I started. That was something I said yes to. The divine feminine activation was something I also said yes to, right? And then what happened next was I went viral on TikTok. I posted a video and it went viral and I got 2 million views on this video. Um like 10,000, 20,000, 10 to 20,000 new followers on TikTok. My business just boomed, took off. And it was this incredible period of activation. It truly lived up to eclipse season being an agent of fate, an agent of change and destiny activation. Those 2 months last year during eclipse season put me on the course that this entire year has been made up of. And I've continued to evolve into this journey and deepen into this path. And but it all started last year during eclipse season. So, all that to say, eclipse season is a powerful time to activate your destiny if you know how to do it right. Because we can just go through eclipse season trying to survive and get rocked, beaten down, tumbled, roller coaster highs, high highs and low lows. And like, it can leave you feeling like you just need to hold on for dear life. And I want to tell you in this episode, it doesn't have to feel that way. It will to a certain extent, but it does not have to feel um, as terrifying when you're going through all of these changes if you are able to put some of these tips and tricks and strategies into place. So I'm going to give you um, one, two, three. I'm going to give you five um, strategies for how to navigate eclipse season. Okay. And number one, hold yourself in the waves. Well, number one, actually, let me switch this around. You need to know that this is not a time to manifest in eclipse season. It's a time to shed. It's a time for you to go into your metamorphosis. Okay. So this is not the time to be doing your manifestation practices because eclipse season energy is cutthroat. And if you aren't doing those manifestation practices with so much specificity and so much intention and so much, honestly, experience, then it could really like catalyze something that you maybe don't actually want. So it's important to kind of pull back. And this is a time to listen. This is a time to be aware. And this is a time to shed all of the false layers of self so that you can really be present for the activation. It's not a time to be calling in money. It's not a time to be calling in the love of your life. Like, it's great if that's a goal that you have, but this is not the time to focus on the manifestation. It's a time to focus on the metamorphosis. Okay. And I want you all to be able to like hold yourselves in these waves of transformation because it will come like powerful waves, days that feel like you've had more activation in one day than you've had in the last 6 months combined. And we want to be able to hold ourselves through that. So One, two. So the first way to navigate and survive eclipse season is letting go. Let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let go of the how. Let go of the need to control the situation. Let go of your grip on things needing to be a certain way, look a certain way, come through in a certain way. Let go of the unhealthy patterns that you might be entertaining. Let go of the self-sabotage that you've been allowing yourself to engage in. Like, this is a time to really let go. Get out of the driver's seat and sit your butt in the passenger seat because you're going on a ride. And that leads me perfectly to number 2, which is accept and trust. Accept and trust the season. Accept and trust that it's happening for you. Allow the emotions to come through. Whatever emotions are coming up for you in this time are purposeful and intentional, and they are designed for you to see them, feel them, alchemize them, and then move forward. Allow them to come through. Allow yourself to love yourself. Give yourself so much extra TLC during this time. Deepen into your nourishing routines, the things that make you feel balanced, the things that make you feel um safe, right? Like the clothes that you wear, like soft clothes, like soft blankets, right? Um give yourself a lot of love during this time and accept and trust the alchemy that's happening, which means whatever leaves your life during this time, allow that to happen. Whatever leaves your life during eclipse season is because it is no longer meant for your future path. It is no longer aligned to the destiny that you are being activated into. Allow it to leave. Have so much gratitude for whatever it was that it taught you, however it helped you grow, however it helped you learn to love, trust, forgive. But if it's time for it to go, let it. On the other foot, whatever wants to come into your life, allow this as well. Trust and accept that maybe new relationships, new careers, new projects to start, new friends to meet, new programs to join, new communities to get involved in. These are all meant for you as well. This is a time to activate that destiny timeline. So whatever you are being called towards, allow that as well. Number 3, lean all the way in. All the way. This is not a time for playing small. This is not a time for playing safe. This is a time to activate and do the damn thing. If you have a project or a creative endeavor that you've been sitting on, this is the time to start it. Take decisive, aligned action and go big with it. Don't question where you're being called. Don't logic your way out of it. Don't remind yourself of all the 3D reasons why you shouldn't lean into the thing that your soul wants you to lean into. Follow that nudge. Especially during eclipse season, these nudges are like the universe giving you like a big spotlight on where you need to go. So lean all the way into that. Number 4, journal that shit out. Journal that shit out. Okay? This is a powerful time to do shadow work. This is a powerful time to alchemize the limiting beliefs that you have. This is a powerful time to really sit with your emotions and put pen to paper and release. Journal every day so that you can look back and you can see the Easter eggs. Journal every day so that you can look back and see how the breadcrumbs were laid out for you. Okay, this really helps um, to give us evidence that sometimes when things are uncomfortable, when things are hard, it's still serving a purpose. We just can't see it in that moment. So to have a record of evidence that you can go back and look back on is really, really powerful. And this also helps with just processing emotions and your energy as well. Remember, this is a time for alchemy and a time for activation. And so anything that's stagnant, that you've been holding on to, that you know it's time to let go of or to alchemize or to reframe or shift, like journal that shit out and go deep with it. Go deep with yourself. Number 5 is work with your astrology. Okay, so this eclipse season will affect everybody differently. I am not an astrologer, but I recommend working with your astrology on how to navigate this eclipse season. Understand how this transit will affect your sign personally. Because when you look at your astrology, you can see what are the themes that might be coming up for your sign during these next couple months. This might give you an idea of where to focus your energy and in what area of your life you may need to like shift some things. Okay. So work with your astrology. Um, and really study like how this transit is going to affect your placements. Okay? So those are my 5 tips for the ultimate survival guide for eclipse season. May this be such a transformational time for you, for your life, and for the collective. Okay? May we all lean into eclipse season to embrace the changes that come and trust that they are all being activated for our highest good, for the highest good of those that we love and be in community with, and for the highest good of the collective. And you've got this. So remind yourself, you've got this. You can do this. Trust the process, ride the waves, decide how you will show up for yourself this eclipse season, and choose. Choose to be rocked by the unexplainable force of the universe. Choose that for yourself this eclipse season because this is a beautiful time, an opportune time to activate your destiny. I hope this episode was valuable for you. Please DM me. Let me know how you are planning to navigate this eclipse season. Which one of these methods stuck out to you the most? Which one is going to be like the biggest for you to implement during this time? And as these activations are happening, as the transformation is being catalyzed, I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much light, beautiful souls. You've got this. We are all in it together. And I can't wait to meet you again in the next episode of Angels and Earthlings.